Sometime back, I wrote a book called Bitten by the Energy Serpent, a perspective on Kundalini Awakening. I'm talking about it because somebody expressed interest in the book and they wanted to know what the book is all about. So, the book discusses Kundalini Awakening in the light of non-dual understanding. Now, the reason why I wrote that book was because during my early days of spiritual seeking, I first started on the path of Shakti or energy. Now, consciousness can also be discussed in terms of energy. So, in that path, I went up to a certain point, and then I realized that to go beyond it, I needed jnana or knowledge. So, so I transitioned from Shakti, from the path of Shakti, Kundalini, to jnana, the path of knowledge. So, in that book, basically, we talk about Kundalini, which is a potent energy which is stored at the root of, which is stored at the root chakra, which is also called the Mooladhara chakra, which is the first starting point of the 7 energy vertices, which are also called psychospiritual centers. So it starts with Mooladhara or the root chakra, which is the base foundation, and it is solid. And subsequently, that energy moves up to Swadhisthana or sacral, which is associated with sexuality, sensuality, creativity, emotional flow. As we further move up, we go to Mooladhara. Mooladhara is the solar plexus, which signifies strength. And more, as we move up more, we go to the heart or the Anahata, where a lot of emotions are processed. Then we come to the throat region, which is Vishuddha. At this point, the mind goes purification, the mind becomes sharp. So, as you see that as we are rising from bottom to top, we are moving from dense consciousness to lighter aspects of consciousness. So, beyond the throat is the Agya chakra. Agya chakra is the point of wisdom. It is also called the third eye of Shiva. It is where everything collapses. The whole idea of duality collapses. And finally, as we move up, which is the last center, is the Sahasrara or the crown. So, crown is represented by a lotus of bliss, 1,000-petaled lotus of bliss, which signifies infinite bliss. It is the point where the limited small consciousness, which we call as the mind, merges into the infinite consciousness. So there are many such concepts that I have discussed in that book, and the last chapter of that book comes up with the revelation. If any of you are interested in knowing about Kundalini, although I don't claim to be an expert on Kundalini, neither do I teach about Kundalini. So the book does not teach about practices or tips and tricks to raise Kundalini, because in the book I say that energy has its own will. Energy operates through its own will. It cannot be forced. Trying to force Kundalini is playing with dangerous psychic force. So, if any of you are interested in that book, I will link it in the description box, and you can check it out. It's an e-book. It's available on Amazon. But yes, it does give some perspective on Kundalini awakening in the light of non dual understanding.